And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Aesop Grimm here, and you can see from the intro there I've done a channel rebrand. It is now MAGA Revolution Gaming, and I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this, but whenever I learned that you can basically change your whole branding of your channel every 14 days, it appealed to my, I guess, I like to be able to switch things up. Right, and I like editing and making new intro and outro videos every now and again. Not frequently, but every now and again. So this was one of those occasions. So I don't know how long I will stick with it. I'm still going to go by the moniker Aesop Grimm, but for right now, the channel is MAGA Revolution Gaming. We are starting a new series here in Crusader Kings 3. And I've already got our character. We are playing in the Holy Roman Empire in 1066, I believe. Yes, 15th of September, 1066. And we are right here in northeastern Italy, like what we would call that today. And that's because I used to live here. This is where I was stationed. I was right here. Right here. Now, it says that these are wetlands, and I guess that is further south. That makes sense. It's next to the coast, right? But where I was up very, very right up next to what's called the Dolomites. And the Dolomites are the footsteps to the Alps. That's how we Americanize it, right? The Italian word is the Dolomites, and the nickname is, I think it's actually an Italian nickname, and when you translate it to English, it says footsteps to the Alps, and this region is extremely rocky, very, very rocky, hard ground. But this is where I was stationed, so this is where we're going to play at. I have fond memories of this area. It was nice. We are Count Rambaldo II of Friuli. We are from House Treviso, and there are only 2 living members in this house. Yes, it's our daughter, and this is also our player heir. So he's pretty good right out the gate. An 8 in diplomacy, 5 in combat. That's pretty but a 10 in stewardship and a 14 in intrigue with a 12 in learning is not bad, and our wife at an 18 in diplomacy really helped shore up that diplomacy issue, and that's going to be good because let me tell you what the style of this playthrough is going to be so that you know whether or not you want to stick around. This is very much a really, really chill playthrough. Those of you who've been following my channel for a while know that around this time of year, as we begin to approach Thanksgiving and Christmas, I really like to play Crusader Kings 3, mostly because it takes place in Latin Christendom, and there's just something about that appeals, something about yesteryear's religious fervor, I guess. I don't know if I want to say that. It's because I'm not like super into the Crusades like some people are, or anything like that. It's more the cohesiveness of the culture. And this guy right here that built this, Charlemagne, man, what a history. That this guy, actually in conjunction with the Muslims, was responsible for salvaging a lot of the knowledge that the Roman Empire had that would have been lost when the Roman Empire collapsed because people lost their ability to do things. This guy helped standardize language, and he began translating scripts from Old Greek, Koine Greek, to his language. And so he just he was a true scholar king, what's called a scholar warrior. And it was really pretty fascinating. That is not the case now. The man that we are under now, one of Charlemagne's offspring, I think, from House Salian, He is about to get excommunicated. This is Kaiser Heinrich IV of the Holy Roman Empire. He is 16 years old. I don't remember what he was excommunicated for, but he had some trouble. But anyway, you're not going to get a real deep history lesson from me because I don't go and research it all that well. But we're going to go ahead and get started by picking our lifestyle. Oh, I didn't finish telling you the playthrough style. I'm so sorry. So the playthrough here is that we're just simply going to be a count, and we're going to try and be a good vassal. I'm not trying to... I'm going to try and role play this, actually. And whenever I say that, what I mean is I'm not scheming. I'm not using intrigue or war to expand my lands. I'm just going to be a good vassal and see what comes our way. I'm not even expecting anything to come our way. My ultimate goal is to build up these lands and switch over to the economy screen. How do I do that? Right here. And watch this thing go to green eventually, hopefully, if I can make that happen over multi-generational playthrough, I guess. So I'm not planning on marrying my daughter to anybody special. I'm not trying to do eugenics or anything like that. I want this to be as I guess like realistic to its time of a content vassal simply trying to carve out a place for his family and serve God and be virtuous and upstanding and ethical as I can. And you know, for a lot of people out there, that constitutes a really super boring playthrough. So this entire thing is designed for you to be able to maybe just play in the background. We're going to try and keep things real calm as far as like my voice and stuff. Maybe you can even go to sleep to it, stuff of that nature. And it's just going to be very chill to try and just get in a good frame of mind for this period that in my culture, I'm an American, we have Thanksgiving and then follow that up with Christmas. And so all of just November and December, the whole thing just revolves around a mindset of thinking about what we have and who we have to be thankful to for that. So with that all said, we're going to open up our lifestyle. We're going to pick stewardship. We're going to take domain focus. I'm going to aim for these episodes to be about an hour long. And I have not yet, guys, decided whether it's going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday release schedule or a Tuesday, Thursday. It really kind of depends on how much I'm playing Bannerlord in preparation for that War Sales DLC to drop. Bannerlord is the primary game right now. CK3 is just a time for me to get my mind right, to relax, to get away from things like the news cycle and social media, and to just really just chill, right? So we'll see whether that's going to be a 3 times a week or a 2 times a week. Bannerlord is the driver on this. We're going to open up here. You're not employing a personal physician. We have 2 options in-house, both of them average, and Fabian is the better of the 2. But our brother-in-law is only 24 years old, and he is not melancholic or reclusive, so probably a better bedside manner, I would say. So we're going to select him. Okay, you can station men-at-arms. We have pikemen. I don't have anything. I have 2 towns here, 2 cities, 2 castles, excuse me. None of them have anything that favors pikemen, I don't believe. So we can put them anywhere. So that means I will station them in Keorle, our main city. I think that's where I'm ruling from. I do not remember how to find that out. Located in Friuli. Okay, Friuli is not Treviso. Yes, so we're right. Oh, well, duh, it tells me. Okay, gotcha. Some of this stuff I'm still learning. I do have some mods loaded up, but not very many, and this is also the newest version of CK3. I done forgot what that was. 1.13.1? I'm not for sure. I really don't recall. I'm sorry, guys. But my mods are very minimal. They are a dismiss messages mod, so I have like one button I can push that'll get rid of all of these messages. A simple borders mod, and a better zoom camera mod, and that's it. I had Night Manager, but currently it's not, or I don't think it is compatible, or it says at least that it's out of date. So I went ahead and disabled that one. We can designate a guardian for our daughter, and I think it'll be us. We have a pretty good learning skill. We have some talent to pass on, and we are her father, so makes sense to me. She's our player heir right now. We cannot vote in the election, so we will come over here to council. We will set our wife to help in court politics, and we will also, because we want to be a good family, man, priorities, right? We want to sway our wife, and be totally in love with her. We want her at a plus 100 opinion of us, and I want to do that even before I try to get on good terms with my bishop. I think that is the priority. I think that's biblical. And so then the next thing in line would be the bishop. So let's see here. We have Fabian here as our chancellor. And our steward is awful. He is a 5. I don't think we're going to be doing that. We are going to go with Enrico di Castiglione. Sign him. He is much, much better. Our marshal is a 12 and our spy master is a 10. Let's have our marshal train some commanders right now and let it set our steward to development. Okay. I assume we are Catholic. Yes. So we don't need to send the priest out to convert. And with all that, I think we're ready to unpause and let the game roll forward. We have 109 gold, and we're making a respectable 3.2 gold per month. The first thing I'm going to want to do, because I'm trying to play a good, virtuous Catholic, right? I'm a Protestant, but we're going to be playing him as a Catholic. I'm going to want to to build a hospice. I want to take care of my people. In medieval times, that was the nobility's primary responsibility. Did they always fulfill that? Heck no, they didn't. But that was supposed to be their role. It was a 3-tiered or a 3-class system. The clergy, the peasants, and the nobility. The clergy's job was obviously to train the people up in the ways of God and to act as like a medium between God and the people for things like the forgiveness of sins, and to counsel the people. The peasants were to work the fields and provide the labor to take care of the realm, and so they were production. And the nobility's job was to protect everybody, to lay down their lives if necessary in the defense of everybody. And that's why noble youth trained in courtyards how to ride horse and use the weapons. Knight significantly improved. It's a faction. If I press the F key, it'll just get rid of it all. So as a noble, our people are it's what our life revolves around. We are to protect our people. So I want to build a hospice. What will we get out of that? Well, we'll get some plague resistance, get some piety per month. We'll get a little bit of tax even. A hospice provides a place of respite for the sick and weary where they may come under the care of dedicated holy people. This would be something that was pushed directly by the church. So I think it makes a ton of sense. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're getting close. We're at 141. Matilda was swayed. She's at plus 56 now. All right. Well-organized court. Every courtier gained plus 10 opinion of you. All right. There we go. We are constructing a hospice. Count Markward created the install Count Markward on the Corinthian throne faction against Duke Berthold. Huh. So he's a king? Duchy of Carinthia. Maybe he's like a petty king. Oh yeah, I don't have every DLC for this game. The latest DLC that I bought was the Iberian Conflict. Empire's Border Wars policy guaranteed protection for border wars. How do I do this? Click to view, right click to go to location. There we go. Top liege will always be the defending war leader and wars for any title in their realm. Okay. Warrior wounded in training. There's a Liberty faction. Man, he's having some trouble, huh? He's paranoid. We're of different cultures. His diplomacy's not very good. Oh, and he's deceitful, so he has a lot of malices. All right. People are not happy with him. My daughter and heir, Matilda, has been impressed with one of the household knights for a very long time. After finally meeting in person, she has been repeating the warrior's words to herself. Work hard and you can master anything. Well, yeah. She'll get the trait diligent. Good job, Matilda. As additional payment in a recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of livestock. I have been assured that the animals are of the highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. Well, let's roll the dice. We have a 76% chance of gaining large cattle herd. What's that going to do? Development growth of plus 20%. I like that. Well, this is 3-to-1 odds. Hey, we did it. A claim of convenience. My wife, Countess Matilda, eagerly brings a man before me. My count, allow me to introduce you to Budavaj, claimant to the Duchy of Valetia. Budavaj bows before me and says, "It is an honor, my lord. Sadly, Valetia will most likely remain out of my grasp without a beneficiary on my side." Well, I'm going to say I like this. It's just the way it's worded. Prison, parchment, pigeon to Duke Croutage in that order. But we're going to go good luck with that. Well, hold on. Is Duke Croutage my? I don't think so. My liege is Duke Berthold. Okay, good luck with that. There we go. But let's look at the Kaiser. Is he at war with anybody? He is not. He is allied to the Petty King of Munster. So the HRE is at peace right now. Well, it's never really at peace. You got interfactional things going on all the time. 65, all right. I've never played in the HRE before. Heck, I've never played in 1066 before. I'm always starting at early dates and elsewhere in the world. But I decided that just simply being a content, humble, good vassal in the HRE might make for a nice, chill playthrough. This was a really nice place to be located in because you're in the borderlands, right? So I had access here to Croatia, Slovenia and Slovakia. Austria was over here. And I can remember driving to Austria, and when you got about maybe like an hour from the border, you could see the architecture change. You were still in Italy, but you would see the classic A-frame houses, you know. And it's just a fascinating thing how when you're an American, Europe is tiny. When you're an American, all of these countries are super small. Your countries over here are like our states. But what is very different in Europe, or at least whenever I was there, is that the distinction in culture is much stronger because you're not states that are part of one whole nation, where you have a lot of common overarching ideals and the same government. You are completely different nationalities. And so as you go from one place to the next, you get some pretty wild swings. Not wild, that's the wrong term to use, but noticeable, significant changes and shifts. And the language obviously changes and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was a really neat experience. And of course, I traveled down here to Firenze, that's Florence, and Rome. Went all the way down to the very southern tip of Italy, jumped into the Mediterranean, visited Bari over here, somewhere over here at one point in time. I wish I didn't know about it at the time, but there's like a world famous highway drive, kind of like here in America. We have the Pacific Coast Highway. There's a highway that runs up the coast here, the Amalfi Coast. That's world famous, and I wish I had driven that. I didn't know about it though at the time. Knight became Blade Master. All right. Hey, Pilgrim's Quarters have been constructed. That's good. So we're up to 74 gold, and we're waiting for the next thing that we're going to build. We don't really mind waiting too much because we would like to get cutting cornerstones and professional workforce established. It would help save us money while we're building our properties up. So if we can get those in place before we build our next building, that would be fantastic. Obviously we're real early in the game, and so Most things look the same. I did notice while I was talking to you guys about this stuff that Capua formed right here. Wife encouraged chivalry. You gain 75 prestige. Good job, Matilda. What's the, here's another thing I like to do is I already showed it to you once, but I really like this economy and buildings map, and you can look at the state of the world. This is why I like to start at an early date typically, is because it puts things at the lowest level development. Almost everything is red, or you can get a little bit of yellow, but it's not this bright. It's more like this orange. You know, it's red and orange. And so you can develop your properties all the way. Look at how wealthy this area is. It's not like that in 866. We have a stewardship perk. We're going to take cutting cornerstones. That's going to save us on production costs. He wants to have Heinrich mentor our daughter, because Heinrich is Swabian. I assume so is our liege. Yes. We are going to decline that, of course, which won't make him happy. What's the wealthiest place on the planet right now? Well, for Europe, let's answer that question first. Looks like Rome. Temple Vaticano, Castle of Rome, Temple. Well, we got 6, 79, 10, I don't know, like 12, 13. Oh, that's a lot more than here. Well, yeah, and it's a lot brighter. So I was right. I was looking here for Constantinople, but in 1066, Rome has become really wealthy. Genoa, of course, is a republic. I think it's a republic. Well, it's a prince-bishopric, actually. So no, it's not a republic. Oh, but because the church is raking in money hand over fist. That's why it's really wealthy. And then up here is doing pretty good. Right here, Kent is doing all right. Let's check out the east. How about China? Yeah, China and certain places in Japan are the richest places on the planet. The most developed land. Oh, look at this place right here, man. Malaya. And down here on the eastern coast of Africa. Wow. 9.2 a month in that castle. I would not have guessed that Africa would be doing that well economically. I might guess that they would have very, very valuable raw materials. But until you get big time like trade going on there, like that to export internationally, I wouldn't guess that they would be capitalizing on that resource as much as they could. But this says that they were really, really wealthy, so I might have some misconceptions. Check out Mecca, man. They're pulling in. That's going to be kind of like Rome. They're going to be pulling in all of their taxes from all of the Muslim nations. Bulgaria and Russia. Is doing quite well. Count Ulrich. He has 3 counties: Pula, Laibach, Pazin. So then we come back down here and take a look at us. War has been declared on Liege by Margrave Otto. Ah. Whoops. Okay, he is the Duke of Margravate. Okay. Up in Dresden. I think that's up in here. Germany. Where is Dresden? I thought Dresden was up on the coast. Let's find that out. That would be interesting to know. Unpause. Well, I was right in the general sense of where it was not up on the coast, but it's in the northeast. It's in Saxony. Countess Matilda was not swayed, and Friuli is under siege by Count Ulrich. All right. So you can see Treviso is very undeveloped. So we have a long ways to go there. I am playing at speed 3. I typically kind of jump around between speed 3 and speed 4, but right now I'm content to be on speed 3. War declared on Liege. Oh, a peasant war, huh? I think so. Tyranny of Kaiser Heinrich. Leader Demetrio, yeah, of the peasant revolt. Oh my. Men are dying in the fields. War. War never changes. I think our guys won. This is the attacking team, I believe. Yeah. Attacking army, I should say. We're at 170 gold now. Automated armies. If you do not want to manually control every war, you can turn on automated armies. Huh. Okay. Legitimacy. Culture. Okay. Liege's war ends, and our liege won. The opposition is imprisoned. I think that was the peasant. Yeah, it was. Oh man, look at it. He's in the oubliette, man. That's a no bueno. We have 180 gold. The next thing I want to build, I thought about putting up wetland farms because it produces good tax. But we only have this one building slot left, so I thought hunting grounds was a nice compromise between tax and defense. Get a defender holding advantage of +2, and I guess hostile raiding. Oh, it takes longer for people to raid us, and we gain another 50 levies. So we'll do that. We're under siege right now, so we can't do it. That's fine. While out on a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the street. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares if my lord has the coin. Merchant's stall is positively brimming with baubles and haberdasheries. As a skilled purveyor of fine wares, a couple of trinkets catch my eye in the overflow of knickknacks. I feel lucky Doesn't look great. The detail of this bauble intrigues me. Still doesn't look great. Let us move on. Gain 50 stewardship lifestyle. I think I'd rather run with this one. Overall, there's a higher percentage of me winning something positive, and a small percentage that it could be double. Well, we failed. You were outwitted by the merchant and lost 50 gold. Trinket received. You have become the owner of the Gilded Rat's Tail. Okay. Let's open this up and go ahead and equip that. Prestige negative 0.01 per month. Child opinion plus 5. I don't even want this thing. I'm destroying this. Reforge or repair. Destroy. That's what I want to click. There. Gross. I don't like it. Baby and Meloso's martial was increased by 1. We can construct, okay. There we go. Let's take a look at our county here. Our control is at 100, development is at 11 and improving. Levies increased by 5.5%, taxes increased by 5%, supply limit increased 1,650. Monthly change plus 4.6, not bad. We just lost a counselor though. Choked on his food. Wow. Wasn't this guy my brother-in-law? No. Okay, let's open up our council. We need a new spy master. And it looks like the new mayor of Vicenza, Mayor Lydia, is who we'll want. Oh, she's a bleeder. Oh my goodness. And a nun. And she's mad because she doesn't have a council position. This guy's the best one. But let's go ahead and give it to her so that we can make her happy. She'll give us more money in taxes. A 6. I thought I saw it said 11. I was looking at learning skill. Oh, well, our best is an 8. So that's not terrible. We're in a bad spot, period. So saying that's not terrible is the wrong answer. He's not very much better than her. So I would rather put her in position, and as a vassal, she's happy with me. The appearance of a comet in the heavens causes all mortals to pause. What could this strange apparition mean, wandering across our skies so unexpectedly? Wiser men than I have spent their lifetimes pondering less, but every uppity peasant in Friuli seems to have their own ill-thought theory. We're gonna gain stress no matter what. It would bother us less if we were working. Well, this is because we're diligent. This too shall pass. Because we are calm. I wonder what explanation would benefit me most. Because we're deceitful. Well, that's terrible. We're going to take this one right here. We're calm. 60 stress. That's kind of a lot. Oh, it's a 50-50. We might gain 60 or we might lose 24. The comet terrifies many troublemakers. You lost 24 stress. All right. Nobody likes troublemakers. Vicenza is a republic. I went to Vicenza one time also. Only once though. It's out by Venice, I thought. Let's see, it's in Friuli. Why do I not remember exactly where this is at? Ah, there it is. Okay. I'm surprised I had forgotten about that. In my mind, like I traveled towards Venice. But it's actually right up here next to the mountains. I mean, it is from where I was at. It is. We're moving west. But anyway, another night improved. With her coming of age, my tuition of Matilda is at an end. A natural administrator from birth, it should surprise no one that Matilda has come far in her studies of the management of the realm, displaying a thorough understanding of the flow of gold and the wanderings of people. She even expresses a remarkable creativity in dealing with these matters. Okay, she's a fortune builder, giving her a 16 in stewardship, and she has a 10 in diplomacy. Not bad, kiddo. I don't have any other kids right now, so she is the heir. That means we're going to want to marry her off matrilineally. I would prefer somebody, maybe this guy, 28. Youth is what I'm looking at. I don't like the idea of marrying her off to a guy that's a ton of years older than her. A 21 in diplomacy, 23-year-old Welshman. There's an 18-year-old Catalan. I guess we'll go, I think I want to go with the Welshman. Those are decent stats. He's gregarious, generous, and diligent. William here is content, diligent, and brave. Well, I kind of like that also. But, man, 21 diplomacy. We're going to go with him. Alright, so making sure it's matrilineal. Children will be born into House Treviso. Okay. Send that proposal. They accept, or he accepts. House relation improves. Okay. We're up to 3.5 gold a month. Started at 3.2. It's winter time, February of 1073 AD. Padua. Went for a long drive one time and just kind of, no map or anything, just went and got lost. Yeah, because one of the things that you can do in Italy is that just follow the signs. You know, if you have an idea of some of the major cities around you, you can always find your way back from anywhere. And I found that to actually be true. Verona. I am available professional workforce. Construction time reduced. But they do a really good job of just having signs up in every little town. And all of these towns, it's not like here in America. It's just a whole bunch of little towns. And, but boy, they have good signage. All of these little towns will tell you, you know, this way to the Autostrada, or this way for, you know, to head to Treviso or something like that. Treviso, man, this place is pretty. Like, coming up onto Treviso is a sight to behold, especially at nighttime, because it's built on a mountain. So you're coming, like, the highway is following along. It's hard for me to say because I never came here during the daytime. It was always pitch black. But you're on a road that is going around a mountain's edge, and Treviso is built over here on this mountain, and the mountain is descending. You're looking down off into, like, the bowl. So Treviso's all lit up in lights, you know, and it's got its old castle walls and stuff like that. It's just really, it's a gorgeous sight. You know what I like so much about Europe? There's a word for it now. It's like I don't know how to describe this. I started to say it's like an art style, but I don't know if that's really the case. But it's called archaeofuturism. And it's the idea of taking new technology and marrying it to traditional cultural things, like anchoring it to that. And a lot of stuff in Europe reflects that. That's why, you know, like, if you've ever seen John Wick 2, was it 2? Yeah, John Wick 2, where he has to go to Italy and take out that dude's sister. And it takes place at a castle, and yet they have a band performing there, you know, and then people are dancing to techno, and there's a light show and all that stuff. But all of it is being done within this centuries-old collapsing structure, you know, this set of ruins. It's a really, really neat, in my opinion. I saunter between the market stalls of Friuli, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local sculptor, Catholic imagery, a sound investment. My steward, Enrico, suddenly appears at my side. A word of advice, my liege? Have a look at the smithy over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. All right, well, we have a sculptor's workshop. We have the smithy. They cost the same. Plus 5% piety for the sculptor, and 10% holding taxes for 30 years. Or Army gold maintenance goes down 10%, and holding taxes jumps up to 20%. Well, I want to be a good Catholic, so money is not my top concern, which normally, because I'm into development and building things, normally it is. But I'm going to invest in the piety-driving sculptor's workshop. That right there was the first role-playing decision I made. And it's not role-playing according to his traits. It's role-playing according to how I want to do this playthrough, right? Matilda, I didn't get to read that. Hey, the wife is pregnant. All right. Might significantly improved. Matilda was swayed. Where is she at now? She's at plus 100. Okay. We can go ahead and move on to swaying our bishop. Very easy, it says. Let's see, 59 gold. Okay, the next thing we're going to be working on is upgrading to level 2 here for our walls and towers. The Bailey is the most defensible place in which to store critical supplies to survive a siege. Weapons, armor, and pickled boar's heads. Tax will increase to 0.4 a month. Fort level will go to +2. I'm assuming it's at +1 right now. Yeah. Danger will drop by will increase to -2 or reduce. And then heavy cav, which isn't really applicable for me right now. Garrison will go up 300 and supply limit by 300. Okay. We need 135 gold to make that happen. We have a daughter, Claudia. Claudia, all of my girls get educated in education. That's what I almost always do that. And the boys are usually diplomacy, but sometimes I take education for them too. Learning just seems to be a good trait to have. Well, you know what? I say that. I don't know how much it would be great for the kind of playthrough I'm doing and the location that I'm doing it. It's fantastic for places like this because you're taking over counties that have different cultures in them, and learning helps you change cultures. It speeds up the process of a culture changing to yours. Hey, we're up to 4.1 ducats a month. So we've improved almost 1 gold just in this episode alone. Night significantly improved again. All right, good. What's the world look like? Sicily, the Kingdom of Sicily has formed. This looks like it's coalesced a little bit also. Somewhere around, I don't know if it has or not. I might just be remembering wrong. Oh, you know what? I think it's the Muslims. I think something happened around here where they coalesced power. France, HRE, all of this stuff looks pretty much the same to me. I don't know about... I didn't make a note of that. I think that England started off with this. Yeah, that would make sense. King William the Conqueror, these are his homelands, Normandy. Badrigo has been swayed. Excellent. We're coming up on Christmas in 1074 AD. And we just flipped over to 1075 AD. Let's go ahead and save it. Right here, guys. And kind of as a recap, oh, what's wrong? She's ill. That's not good. Is there anything can we have the doctor take a look at her? No, I guess not. All right. Well, we had a second daughter. Our primary heir, Matilda, came of age and we got her married. We have built up the county of Friuli, or, well, more specifically, the castle, the barony of Ceorle. Quite a bit. All of its building slots are filled now, and we will be moving to Category 2 in the next episode. And we've improved from 3.2 ducats a month to 4.1. And there's the breakdown for you. And that's that. So again, guys, I am Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And I'll see you in the next episode. This story continues. It's you. You're half of you are mentally ill. The other half of you are sociopathic. You make trashy games that nobody wants to play, that's full of more sermons than it is good gameplay. It's your fault. Everybody hates you. Get used to this.
I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
My side, the MAGA world order, is loving this. We did this to you, by the way. And we want all the credit.